All right, so what's going on? Thanks for coming to another video. We're going to start here in the house, my office, then we're going to go out to the trailer. So in this big pile of mess, we have I think it's a QO or a QD size 30 amp panel, or breaker box, whatever you want to call it. And we've got our 10-2 coming in, and we're basically going one wire off each of these bus bars or terminals into a 30 amp rated Wago. And same thing with our neutral, going to our neutrals, and our ground going to our grounds. So yeah, pretty straightforward here. Plan is to be able to go ahead and connect this side of things to the outside of my trailer. So I got to drill a hole first. Take that off one-handed. And basically we're just going to stab in our terminals to the back side of this plug. And this plug is going to be our 30 amp RV style plug. All right, so here we are. We got our hole saw. We have our adapters or connection pieces. And I'm going to try to go to that hole right there. And hopefully that's not too far above on my exterior wall. All right, so we think this is the best location that I want to have my power enter the trailer. Realistically, I'd love it a little lower, but the reason it's up this high is actually because I might end up doing another battery on the inside. So I want to protect that space, so get this a little higher. Oh, well, here we go. All right, so what's on the outside is definitely not where I would like it to be, but it's here for a reason. That's my hole to the outside. I'm going to go ahead and finish drilling from the inside, and we'll be ready to throw on the adapter. Just like that, we have a hole. All right, panel is up, or box is up, hole is drilled. I'm gonna cut that wire to length, just so it gets me basically to the outside edge of the trailer, and then get ready to go ahead and start stripping and connecting. All right, well, we lost all of our daylight, but this is our next step. We have a wire coming through. We're gonna feed it through our protector, grommet, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna lock the cable down, and then we're gonna terminate into our whatever that's really called, the outlet, and then we'll screw everything else into sheet metal. So I do have 2 pieces of sheet metal to go into, so I should have enough material. And 4 small screws later, we have our RV plug. Got our gasket and seal on the trailer side. Now I have to go inside and throw that guy on. All right, here we are on the inside, and I was unable to get this 10 gauge wire to basically make that turn. I wish I could have. Maybe I will later, but right now that's gonna be good. I'll add some wire securing stuff over here to make sure it stays in place. All right, so now our panel's pretty much mounted. All right, so it's the next afternoon, and we're gonna go ahead and start messing with our electrical boxes and where we actually want these receptacles to be. All right, so I got 2 of these guys, 1, 2, and this is for the future AC. But these receptacles, I'm gonna have one somewhere here-ish, and then the other one's gonna be down low in that bottom corner. Just so if I needed to, whatever, power something back that way to do something on the car or whatever else, I've got a plug that's closer. Anyways, so I don't think I have all the tools that I need to get all this done, but let's go ahead and take a peek. All right, here we go. We've got our box ready to be on. We got our little wireway about as straight as a spider web, all the way down. We're gonna 90 up, 90 over, and then go into the wall and to where the actual breakers are. And the other service is gonna go up over to here, which is future AC. So it's a good stopping point for tonight. Got to go to the store and get another 50 foot or so of 14.2 and then like 25 foot of 14.2 for the 25 amp. And then I can go ahead and start actually terminating into the panel. All right, and here's a little update. We've got our receptacle down here. This cover's not quite tight or straight yet, but that's not here or there. I've got little cap pieces that individually cover all of these sections. Those will be going on in just a moment. Up there, we got our 14.2 just kind of tucked away and ready. Coming down to our T, then going to our outlet. So I've got the breaker side already connected and about to connect the next one to it. I do need to gang the grounds together. And then on the breaker side, no breakers are in, but I'll have to trim and get some stuff done and then secure some cables and also finish securing that cable. And here we are. We've got our outlet. This box is meant for one piece of Romex coming in. I've got two now, so it kind of bows this out and makes it look kind of like doo-doo. Not to worry, I'll replace that with one of these deeper boxes. Not a big deal. I'm going to use some liquid tape just to go over this. Just I don't like it being exposed. Not that big of a deal, but yeah, we'll replace that and we'll be done. Then underneath here, I've got to secure the cables to the wall. We've got our two receptacles on the right with our 14.2, and we have our future AC with our 12.2. One's on a 20 amp, one's on a 15 amp. And it's gonna be up to me to not trip the breaker. We're being fed from a generator that I haven't bought yet, but it's gonna be a 120 volt, 30 amp service coming into that little panel. And then it'll be 20 amp max going to up here for the AC. And then the outlets will be 15 amp max. So don't run all outlets charging something and running the AC or heat at the same time. Just run two of the three. Should be pretty straightforward. And this little Milwaukee M12 M18 charger, that's gonna probably end up living up here. Right now I just take all my batteries and tools from the house and then just, yeah, if I go through something that's completely dead, well, then that's on me. So as the project comes to an end and you have all the work done, it's just really run the vacuum later. I want to show you this. It's really easy to not do this, but make sure you just keep all your little itty bitty pieces and offcuts of wire, because it makes it a heck of a lot easier than trying to go find it on the floor from wherever it fell to. Don't be like the commercial Sparkies. They do great work, but man, they don't know how to use a broom. And well, it's really not that hard of a project. It just takes a lot longer than you think it might. Getting the hole there, going through both, or I guess 3 layers of trailer, going onto the inside, getting everything kind of laid out the way you want it, realizing you forgot stuff, have to go back to the house, this, that, and the other. I'd estimate this whole thing should take probably 5 to 6 hours, taking your time, going slow. It took me 2.5 days of just off and on, but overall, I'm pretty happy with it. When you know stuff's there, you'll absolutely see it, but you won't really see it as much when not really looking for it. Yeah, just gotta swap that box and find some way to cover that little corner, and that's really about it. So if this was a helpful video, if you learned something, if you enjoyed something, or you don't care about any of that and you just want to support me, then yeah, do a likey thing or a comment or something of that nature. Or just comment and tell me I'm an idiot. That works too. Anyways, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.